Hello and welcome to Campaign Comrades, your favorite leftist gaming podcast. I am your host, Ben, and with me as always are my co-hosts for the end of year. How we doing, boys?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We got everybody's in the chat today. We've got all the comrades are present. We are doing our own version of the game awards, our year in review, whatever you want to call it.
Actually, this is the Christmas special. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
The war on Christmas never ends.
We must stand in solidarity with all elves and and toy makers of any kind. Yes.
I don't know, man. Like, I want my kids to learn about Hanukkah. They give them some financial understanding about the world.
through the miracle of lights. It's like candle oil doesn't grow on trees. Oh wait, it does.
No, I just aspire to be Kanye West.
So wait, olive oil is a thing. It does grow on trees. Damn, I've been canceled by the woke mob. But it has
olives trees or bushes?
They're always olive trees. That's
trees.
They may be stout, squat,
bush, they're trees.
Bush-like, but they are trees.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the whole Pluto isn't a planet; it's a planetoid argument.
No, man. Olive trees have a big, hardy,
Oh, is this? It's not the size of the tree; it's how you use it.
They grow like the people who grow them.
No, they don't.
It's just say squat and stout and potentially and most likely racist.
Definitely greasy.
It has been an interesting and busy year in gaming, which is wild to say because you hear any other platform or whatever is say like, oh, this has been a slow year for gaming, coming off of the the real tail effect of COVID, that production lines have fallen off, hashtag they fell off
because of Brandon's economy.
Yes, yeah, Brandon
the dreaded supply chain.
So the Brandon economy is anti-gamer. If you need to
probably the most based part about it.
So he's the right wingers. I was gonna say the right wingers are right. We've been infiltrated by communism with Chinese characteristics. It's through the anti-gamer stance that we now see ourselves in. But that being said, it's because all those disclaimers have always been like it's been slow for AAA games, right? Like that there's been fewer blockbuster and marquee games for the community to really get psyched and hyped up about.
Nintendo.
Let's say Nintendo has had an absolutely banger year. That's always again the.
I mean, we knew that though, because Nintendo doesn't just like release the game the second it's done. They have all these games on a shelf in their safe Nintendo headquarters that they pull off and like, oh, it's time for another Xenoblade game. It's only been a couple years, and maybe Splatoon 3. Yeah, that seems about right.
So yeah, we've got Fire Emblem coming up in the next month, and reports that game has been done for like a year and a half at this point, 2 years by the time it actually comes out. So, and yeah, they've planned in for the shocks to the system.
I do think that rhetoric is kind of interesting because I don't know, from my perspective, I didn't feel like it was all that late. Sure, we had like Xbox didn't release anything, but like there was still a good amount of AAA titles that come out. The summer's usually a slow period, and there were a ton of indie games that had a lot of success. So like if anything, it's not a bad thing when that happens because it allows some room for these smaller developers to actually get some market share and playtime that maybe they wouldn't normally see if truly was later.
Right. I know.
I mean, my favorite smaller developer is Blizzard, and they released quite a few games this year.
I gotta say, like, I benefited definitely. Like, I definitely played more smaller and indie games than I probably ever have. So I'm thankful in a lot of those ways, and I enjoyed a lot of them. But yeah, we were talking just before we started recording, like how do we want to start our end of the year episode? And before we get into our silly categories, in many ways the better categories.
Silly.
So
These are very serious topics, sir. I spent a lot of time deliberating on these.
I mean, hey, some of ours are more serious than like, best esports a live event,
Friday night, while the snow was pouring down outside, I was sitting in the window with a quill, just sketching away at my ideas on a piece of parchment.
As my inner dialogue is just pontificating about the which art styles are better, hentai or Western animation.
I watched a YouTube video yesterday where they were breaking down CGI graphics in some movies, and they had the artist with him, and he was talking about how he really enjoys animating tentacles because it's a really fun task to take on. And they're like, oh, we want to see like more tentacles, and they were like, leave us comments of your favorite tentacle animations. And one of the other hosts was like, man, do you know what you just like opened up the floodgates to? And he's like, please no anime.
Oh no.
You mean hentai?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not just anime.
I mean, hentai is of the anime art style.
Fair enough.
But we were talking about, though, we should just start off the show with what our own year in gaming has been like, because the coveted awards that we're going to hand out are exclusive to year releases from this year, right? But this can we can broaden it a little bit at the start to be like the games that we've played just this year. They don't have to be games that were released this year. So I wanted to like just open up to the group to see who are the real gamers in the chat. Say how many games did you? I would say we'll start with how many games did you finish this year? Whoever wants to start can take it away.
I'll set a low bar, although I know Mike's not gonna pass me, so at least I'm not last year.
Shots fired.
Yes, I think we already know where it's gonna come out. But
I think my rough count, I'm at like 13 completed games this year, which is definitely a high number for myself. Seeing
not
as
bad.
I'm notorious for playing like 75% of a game and then just never finishing that last 25%.
I should ask, like, for Andrew, how many games did you pick up and not finish? That's the other end of it.
At least another 10 games.
Solid.
But it was good gaming year, man. I'm looking forward to Matt's number.
I was gonna say, you said that was a low number. That's above my number.
Is it? Did I count a little?
Yeah.
I'm probably
if we're going by games that we've finished / completed /
yeah, but are you counting 100% completed?
Yeah, we're not talking about 100%. Yeah, 100% games.
Well, yeah, that's
games that you rolled credits on.
Yeah, and I don't tend to roll credits on games unless I 100% finish them. So okay. I only finished 7.
Wow,
I can name them all too.
Yeah, hit it.
So Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster, Sifu, Elden Ring, Strangers of Paradise, Triangle Strategy, Live Alive, and Valkyrie Elysium.
I think we know where Matt's, say genres of choice lie there. Those are, I think, those with the exception of like Elden Ring, those are like all Square Enix RPGs.
Yes.
Like 3 of them are Final Fantasy. That's pretty niche if I got to say.
I mean, the biggest issue there being like when I played Elden Ring, I played it for like 4 months without doing anything else.
I mean, you haven't finished and you can't add Xenoblade to the
I know.
list,
I left Xenoblade off because I'm at 157 hours now.
Yeah. And
still like am at the point where I can just roll in and like finish the game, but I need to finish other things first.
Right.
Like I spent 30 minutes fighting a super boss last night.
Jeez, that's quite a battle. That must be you're like fucking loaded up in that game at this point for a 30-minute boss fight. That's a lot of It's a lot of
I mean,
damage.
that's the general challenge of the super bosses is you can't just over level them because they are over the level cap. You have to know the actual like in-game combat mechanics to be able to get like brute force through it.
Got it. Yeah, I'll caveat my number is slightly inflated because I counted completing and winning like a championship or title in various sports games as completing the game. Because
I
at
think
that
that's
point,
fair.
like,
That
I think
counts.
that's
Yeah.
fair. I think that's
That
totally
counts.
fair because those are games that like I have like in my ongoing video game list. I'll have like say for the majority of them are obviously unplayed because the backlog is always bigger than what you finished. But like when I finish a game, I put that I finished, or like the few that I've abandoned because I just the the autistic part of my brain does not like to leave a game unfinished. So it's exceptionally rare for me to have one that I abandon. I have to at least beat the story, roll credits. I don't do 100% or anything like that, but say Matt's a different breed of autist in that regard.
I mean, if I'm spending money on something, I'm going to get every ounce of it.
See, I still get more than it's like I get like $1 per hour at the very least, with most of these games. So the value is still not an issue. But then I have, so again, the games that I abandon, but then you have certain games that that just like don't have a technical ending point that I would have normally just put like an NA, non-applicable next to games like that. So I absolutely count winning the World Series, winning the the Super Bowl in your
Yeah, I was going
sports
to say,
game
well,
as
how would you count like playing a live service game in that? Like,
yeah.
say any of us were sickos and played like Apex Legends or something
it's
like that.
there are certain live service games do have things that are the quote unquote end game content. It's like when you reach end game.
Yeah, do you know what my end game was in Overwatch? Having unlocked every single achievement for every single hero.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the amount of games I threw in quick play, going for some of the like there's one for Widowmaker that's like hit a headshot while in the air. And it's like the amount of like hook shots I went for and just absolutely whiffed and just throwing myself completely out of position, going for these insane trick shots. Like those are the games where you just quietly like mute the game chat so you don't have to listen to the people in quick play rage at you for insta locking a sniper and throwing the game essentially.
Man, aren't we glad that he is reformed, folks? That
Yeah.
he is
So glad.
Hey,
this is no longer
maybe
a
that
thing.
sequel ended up on one of my award lists.
Oh, I mean, I think it did.
I was totally ready for that.
But for I think it'll be appropriate. It'll be well.
We're proud of you.
Yeah.
We're very proud of you.
I'll jump in with mine. It's slim. I would like to start off to say that I beat the game of the New York State bar exam.
Yeah, fair enough. You count that.
I'm counting that one.
That's real game. That's real gaming.
Yeah, that's real sicko shit.
How many health bars did that have?
There's multiple stages.
Did it have any unblockables?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is definitely like a 4 or 5 stage boss fight for sure.
For sure.
They don't give
parryable. That's the only thing that I need to know. I need to know if I can chain parry.
no chain parries, let me tell you. So yeah, that's one. 2 Pokemon games.
Arceus and Scarlet.
Yep.
You
I'm
didn't
counting
beat, Diamond and Pearl this year.
No, I haven't even beat that. I haven't played that one much, to be honest.
Wow, you just that Toy Story meme of throwing Woody away when you got Arceus. I don't want to play with you anymore.
No, for real. That's exactly what happened. I played 2 city builders, which I'm counting as played because I put a lot of hours into both of those, and those have no end.
And you built the city, right? You built
I built
the city.
cities.
The city was built. There you go.
Yep.
Did you trap any of your people inside endless hallways or rooms with no exit?
Escher staircases, yeah.
Unfortunately, it was all exterior building, so couldn't do that. But yeah, that's it.
All right.
I mean, you could also count Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Throw that in there.
That's another game.
I mean, I think when I was checking through people's Steam pages, I think I saw like 60 hours in there for you. that counts.
Yeah, that hour wise, yeah, that's a
sure.
completed game in my book.
And then the other games played were Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Witcher 3, none of which have been beaten.
Oh wait, you forgot you beat Spider-Man.
Oh yes, I forgot I beat Spider-Man. Okay, throw Spider-Man in there.
Hey, you're up to
Yes.
6.
There you go.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Beat
good.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that's it.
That's honestly better than
There
I
you go.
expected. All right, so I feel bad
Yeah.
about mine now. Mine might be slightly overinflated because I just did a quick look through my list to see what was finished and then went back even faster to see like the games that I know were not from this year. But I think I'm safely saying 25.
Nice.
Oh wow.
You did play
You-
a lot of the smaller indie titles.
Yeah, you
that
played a
help
lot more
churn through
quick
that number
games.
quicker.
Yeah.
Like Tunic and Citizen Sleeper and
Yeah,
That's what helped me too. I had Stray and Roller Drome.
yes, those two were also on my list. So those those definitely bumped up my numbers for sure. I don't remember
Oh.
how many like really long games I beat this year. I mean, I did beat Xenoblade, Horizon. Said the first. I played the first Xenoblade. That's I played that this year. I'm very far behind, but yeah, Horizon.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
I have an addendum to mine.
I just beat Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh,
Sparks
nice.
of Hope.
Nice.
Was it a girl? Who was it? Who? Spoilers.
You want to know?
Spoilers. I want to know spoilers. I'm okay.
Cursa is and is not Rosalina.
Amazing.
The rumors to start were accurate, but it's more that like Rosalina was like captured by like it's like the super bug thing, which is like the villain from Kingdom
She's
Battle.
possessed.
Yeah, she's been possessed by the thing from the first game, and it creates Cursa.
Rosalina.
Rosalina, Nintendo's third most Rule 34 Mario character.
Yeah, she becomes the central gimmick for the final boss fight, this final stage of the boss fight. She's like in the middle of the 3 platforms, and it's got like these little totem things around her that rather than all the player characters shooting their attacks at Cursa, you shoot them at the floating magic wands that then power up Rosalina, and then she does a huge attack, and you have to do that 3 times and you win.
Nice.
I got to like 86% in that one for full game completion, which is pretty big.
That's
for
pretty.
me.
Yeah, that's high. I gotta
Probably
say,
for most people. That's just a sicko.
He's shaking his head. I've disappointed him.
Disappointing.
I've disappointed my senpai. I apologize.
I'm like a tiger mom. I see an 86 and all I see is an F.
If it's not A, it is F. Yeah.
You're not first, you're last.
Oh, man.
That's not cancelable, is it?
I think you're fine.
No, because the lady that created it is certainly cancelable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's bad. She's a bad lady.
Bad Mama Jamma.
But yeah, you were an addendum, Mike. You had an addendum to add.
It Takes Two.
Oh, that counts.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
nice.
shit!
Yeah,
I forgot It Takes Two. So that I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that one is definitely on my list. So that one, I counted that one as well.
I forgot that I'd played that this year.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Did you guys see at the Game Awards? We didn't talk about this on our Game Awards episode.
Yes.
The ad for the It Takes Two collectibles, where you can get the princess, whatever the elephant princess, who instant trauma.
So much trauma.
Yes.
Vietnam
I thought I was
flashbacks.
having a fever dream when that ad came on.
Yeah. Oh man, that was horrible. That shit was horrible. It's hilarious though. That's a brilliant, that is a brilliant merchandising thing, but
Yeah.
that's just it's terrible. So yeah, we will, we won't actually talk about, say top games or whatever, because we'll kind of get into our actual things. But anything else from your year in gaming before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of our categories here?
Elden Ring is the most fun I've had playing a video game in a very, very long time. And
Well, you got to finish it then, you shithead.
I do. And I fully plan on doing that.
At this point,
I've been researching
not
some
to
cheese.
interject, you might as well just wait for the DLC to come out.
That's what's gonna get
And-
me to
And potentially
get back in.
just build a fresh character and use all the knowledge you built from the last time around. It should go a lot faster.
It's not a bad idea. I will think about that. Maybe I'll build a more
Because
I
it's
do want
sometimes
some more
easier to
damage.
drop in from the start, especially since you played through there. Like you kind of know what to expect. You know what build you want to go for.
Oh, and you know the path, what you want to take,
Yeah.
and you know which bosses you really feel like you need to
Yeah,
face.
because
and-
you can realistically speaking, you can just play like the critical path. You don't need to go all the way around again. You could be like Godfrey, Renala, straight to the capital and say fuck everything else.
No,
You could
very
be a
true.
sicko and skip Godfrey and go like fucking Radon and what's his face, Snake Boy.
Oh, is the
Snake
the
Boy.
dragon guy?
Hold up, Ben.
Um,
I'm picking up Matt a little bit in your mic.
All right, sorry, because
Yeah.
for folks at home, we've already mentioned the snowstorm that Matt and I are dealing with. My power and internet went out, so I'm currently in Matt's house, but tucked away into a corner to try to avoid the mic pickup. But I will turn my gain down a little bit.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine because we will take this as our opportunity now as our send off to our editor Nico is leaving us after this episode, and we just want to say shout out to him. Thank you so much for all the hard work. We will miss you. But we also want to try to make this last episode not an incredible pain in the ass to work on. So.
For all of our wonderful listeners out there, after this episode, if you notice a instant decrease in quality of audio, that is my fault. I'm owning that now.
And so, if you again, feel free to email or message or DM Matt if you
email's
can
the only
find
way
him.
to reach me.
If you can find him, you deserve to harass him.
There's a person out there now.
I'm pulling your IP.
Yeah, determined to find
I pulled
Matt.
your IP. But also we could put the word out if any budding leftists out there, gamer or otherwise, who happens to listen to this show and has any skills editing podcast and doesn't mind getting paid a minimum wage to edit our weekly episodes, feel free to send maybe a sample of your work to campaignComrades@gmail.com. Putting that out there now. All right, folks.
Just so you know, to win my heart, you need a well-placed Wilhelm laugh.
All right, so should we jump into our actual categories? Do we like to put a drum
Let's
roll
do it.
here?
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun,
drum
dun.
roll.
It's that time of year. The games are here.
All right, so we've got a list of categories that we worked on so very, very hard. We workshopped these night and day. We'll go through with how we're planning on doing this.
My bald spot expanded.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the categories, you can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, do not write in and suggest other topics.
If you
we
find
won't
me to
listen.
tell me that you didn't like the categories, I will find you. I will use my special set of skills.
But yeah, we've got about like 12 categories here, mostly all jokes and some serious. Some, I've got like, for mine, it's mainly I've got some serious answers and some that are just bits, but it's up to you, the listener,
I have
to decide
answers
which is which.
I have answers for both depending on how things are swinging.
Yeah, I have mixed it all in there. But so what we're gonna do is for each of us, we're gonna offer our nominee for the category at hand, and then once we've got all the nominees, we will, as a group, vote on which takes home the coveted Comrades prize.
What happens if we both nominate something?
That's fine. Then there's
cool.
fewer nominees. I'm expecting
Great.
I'm
I
expecting
also
some
have backups for that.
Figured you did.
Yeah.
but I
See,
don't.
Matt's got us prepared. Okay,
Yeah, let's
so
hit it.
our first and potentially one of the bigger categories, we're starting off with a bang. Our first category is Cyberpunked. What the most overhyped game of the year? which fan base did Ashton Kutcher come up to and pull their pants down and spank their bottoms, say like silly you for thinking that this game would be good. All right, I'll open it up to the group. Who's got the first nominee?
Gotham Knights.
Good call.
Good call. That's a good one. Okay, we got Gotham Knights.
Wait, everyone golf clap.
Golf clap. Yes.
I'll take the next. I'll say Babylon's Fall.
Interesting pick. What's your reasoning for that one?
My simple thought process falls into line of there was Square Enix and Platinum Games doing the fusion dance, and the last time they did that was Nier Automata.
Ooh, okay.
And instead of fun action adventure game, we got online MMO co-op thing
with an absolutely
fluid co-op action
with an absolutely deranged art style.
So that's why I'm saying Babylon's Fall. And it might not win, but it's just happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that deserves to be on this nominee list, in my opinion.
No, because your reasoning is right, but it's just like the fact that I think it's still a little niche because like the Nier games are themselves.
Well, yeah, because it only
niche.
played had like 15 people who played it, so does it even count as a game?
Yeah. But no, it's like you're right. Platinum and Square are companies of such high standards. Square is falling in that regard, but I think that that is
Platinum
fitting.
even had a better game released later that year with Bayonetta 3.
Right. Right.
So it's clearly not like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, a game that was in the actual Game Awards and won. Didn't that win best? No.
Yes, best action.
Did it win? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we all know why that was nominated and won.
Yeah, boobies.
No, it was because it was a secret middle finger to the voice actress. It was a industry conspiracy to.
Okay, Andrew, your nominee.
All right, I am going to be nominating Saints Row, and
okay,
I was excited redoing the game for the next gen, and then I watched you play that game, and it looked like it was you'd put in your old copy.
I forgot that released this year.
Yeah. So that was my first gut reaction to nominating for this game, but then I felt like, oh, that was maybe more the most game I was overhyped for, and the one that I got punked on. The one that
that's kind of
one that cyberpunked you.
Yeah, they got me. I was gotten. But like I felt like that was a little too personal for me. But I do think that's good. I do think that is a valid choice. So obviously I was considering it. So this is cool. We actually do have a full diverse group of nominees here because I have chosen the recent release of Callisto Protocol.
Fair.
Because if you were paying attention like we were to every major industry showcase, if you were tied in, if you became a games article head, like, I've had to over the past 18 months or whatever, it was always, oh, Callisto Protocol looks so good. It's Dead Space, but good. And, it looks beautiful. The animations are sick. The gameplay looks cool, weighty and impactful. And then it's just, absolute utter sheer shambles and disappointment. And people are saying like, yeah, despite even without all the technical problems it had, it is just a very weak and one-dimensional game.
Just so we're aware, I'm not going to back off my stance, even if the EA Dead Space remake is better. And I'm just going to refuse to admit that Callisto is worse than that because fuck EA. Right. And I refuse to change my stance on things.
Yeah, just out of
I'm going to say
principle.
I had contemplated each of the 4 games we nominated. I ran through each of them for my own personal list. So I think that's a pretty good collection.
All right, so should we go around the horn again and have everybody cast their vote, or do we do a silent vote in the chat? Do we do?
I mean,
that I read out loud. What do you think?
This is going to end up like the pirate vote at Tortuga when they're doing the pirate lord thing. Where they're all just going to vote for themselves.
I mean, in this instance, I'm going to vote for myself.
All right, so yeah, we'll just do it out loud. Okay, I am also going to vote for Gotham Knights.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Gotham Knights.
Ooh.
I was definitely very excited for that one, and just that.
I'm gonna zag and I'm gonna go Saints Row. Gotham Knights wins anyway, but I will say
Yeah.
that Saints Row, from
Yeah.
my perspective, had more build up and hype for it.
That's
I
fair.
I mean,
think
that was
Gotham
going to be my
Knights-
second.
I think
If I
Gotham
hadn't
Knights had
chosen Gotham
just a
Knights.
little less of that because people were already wary that it wasn't rock steady.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my Gotham Knights wins. The A's win it.
All right. So first award of the night goes to Gotham Knights, folks. Congratulations. come down the aisle and get your award. Unfortunately,
Come down
no-
at 30 frames per second.
Really? Really?
No. Let's be honest. A solid 15.
20.
Honestly, the marketing team should be proud. That's really a win for them. They
Oh, what's
they
this?
really
Red
showed their
Hooded soul
chops.
jumping into the arena.
Sadly, we have no time for speeches though, and we are right on to the next category.
Yeah, can't risk an
Yes.
8-minute.
Yeah. We are on the hook, for giving out free Steam decks as well. So we will.
But we only have one, and I'm not giving it away.
Yeah.
So again, if you could find me, we can
Yeah,
fight for it. 1v1, Fox only. Final destination, no items.
Thunderdome.
Okay, next category is dum most Halo Infinite. What was the most broken game or unfinished game to release this year? Your nominees.
Okay, I'm gonna put this one out there. It's personal nominee. It's because it wasn't complete in my opinion, and that is Switch Sports. Dropping that game without golf is a goddamn travesty.
It is a crime.
And
That is a
it's
crime.
still not out, and
It is out now.
bitter.
Is it? I could have sworn it kept getting pushed. but
Yeah, they
I
said
could
by
have swore I
the
saw
end of the
something
year.
It was out recently.
You may be right. I feel like I did see something like last week or whatever that said that that there was a recent free update. I'm looking it up right now, but I think the nomination
call.
is still there.
You
They
see,
didn't didn't have 100-pin bowling. They didn't have 100-pin
Yeah.
bowling. Send the game back.
How many
I
pins
was
did they
joking with
have?
Ben that
No,
I was
regular.
looking at
It's just it was a notoriously fun game mode in
Yeah,
the original.
that I looked at my Nintendo Switch like playtimes, and on the list existed Switch Sports for 38 minutes,
Nice.
which was the 38 minutes we played it on stream that one time.
Okay, I think it is available now.
Yeah, it is.
available.
It
It's
is.
recent.
So if I don't vote for the
But
next
that
couple
qualifies because
awards,
it released without it.
might be on the links.
So he's gone, folks. He's gone.
I'll follow my next with my most Halo Infinite. I'm gonna go with our previous award winner, and I'm gonna say Gotham Knights. And my
Okay.
reasoning falls simply in the fact that releasing with a 30 frame cap on console is unacceptable.
For an action game, absolutely. An action
Into-
combat game, yeah.
In
In
the
the year
year of our
2022
Lord
of our
22,
Lord.
yeah, fuck that.
All right, Mike, hit it.
Halo Infinite.
That does count.
It does count, and it has to be included.
It
Bill
does
Spencer
count.
is just fucking fist pumping right now.
And so ready to win an award.
All right. My nominee may have people may have forgotten because it was not technically a new game, but it did release this year. The GTA trilogy remake.
Yes,
That's
that
a
was
or
on my
remaster or
list
whatever.
too.
The fact that you can't play the game because it rains too much.
Oh no.
The
The
fact
that it looks worse.
yeah,
than-
yeah. That
than it did on a
gave,
PS2.
They gave it to some third party to do some AI upscaling, and it somehow made it look worse.
Not somehow. It's because it was AI.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there were some interesting things like in the previous one they took advantage of the polygon graphics for jokes, like it was like a donut cafe or something, but they called it like because it was nut shaped, like a
Right.
nut. It was something like donut, like
Yeah.
emphasized, but then in the remaster it was smoothed out, so it was just a ring, and it made no sense.
Yeah. All right. Voting time.
All right. I'm giving my vote to the namesake of the award. They got to win the inaugural version, and that's Halo
Nope.
Infinite.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Overruled.
Disagree.
Yeah, overruled.
Disagree. That's it's
Yeah.
like the whole bit. Halo
Try
Infinite
again.
cannot win most Halo Infinite.
I mean, no one else is going to vote for it.
Yeah,
So
so there you
Triple
go.
Fine.
secret probation.
yeah.
I've had my voter card revoked.
Yeah. Red card on the play.
Because we should
You
specify
are
again
now 3/5 of a vote.
because we oof.
Yeah.
We should say that again that these to be eligible, it's not necessarily say it was released of like January this year, but in this year's award cycle, which includes the very tail end of last calendar year.
Yeah, which is why Halo Infinite counts.
Yes. All right, so we've got one for Halo Infinite. Boo, get him out of here. Who's next?
Gotham Knights.
Okay, we got one.
I agree.
Oh baby.
All right, I am gonna stick with my vote of GTA trilogy, but Gotham
Knights winning 2 awards already.
going two for two.
2 for
Yeah.
2. Oh no.
This is
Yo, can
A
we clip this and
disaster.
send this to DC and make them feel better about themselves?
Mr. Gunn, will you be making more games?
all right. That is, I gotta say, that's a surprise to me. I was not expecting that. But that's what we love about the award season, isn't it? Is that
Well,
full
I
of
can't vote
surprises.
anything bad against Nintendo, so I can't vote for Switch Sports. And the GTA trilogy, I mean,
I don't know.
close.
I don't think you can honestly argue with me. I think it was the solid pick. I stand with it.
Definitely a solid pick. For
Yeah,
sure.
but we love to see that Halo Infinite cannot win most Halo Infinite.
Upset it even got a vote.
Not even good enough for being broken.
Okay, moving right along. We're moving at a good clip here, but we've got our third award here. It is the No Lifer Award, a game that demands the most of your time.
I'll start this one off. And this is where I put Overwatch 2. And now, if you will follow me down this rabbit hole, Overwatch 1 was already designed to take away all of your life
Yeah,
and make it be the only thing you played. And then they added a battle pass mechanic and one-time cosmetics and stuff like that, which is like literally designed to be all you do in gaming. or else you
Absolutely.
miss out. FOMO. So
no, I think fundamentally from its design, it is absolutely a contender for it is been structured in a way to make you need to play and do nothing else. All right, who's got the next one?
I got the next one. Ready for this?
I think I'm going to be surprised here.
Pokemon.
Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Mike, and the Quest for Stale Gum.
Whoa. Okay, give us the explainer there.
That came out this year.
That came out this year. It
Wow.
is a it looks like you could play it on a calculator.
Block,
So-
dude. Don't
Block.
slander
Yeah,
Block.
we
dude.
hate- Hating on
I'm not
Block right now, you
slandering
could
it. It's the reason it could be a no lifer. You could be playing this on your
You
calculator.
could play Doom 1 on a
in
TI
study
84
hall.
calculator.
Yeah, you could. What can't you run Doom on?
I could be playing this in court, Garbage Pail, Kids, Mad Max, and the Quest for Stale
You want to
Gum.
protect yourself there and say you haven't done that?
I have not done that. in
This is
court.
not admissible in a court of law.
I have played Pokemon Crystal though.
Hopefully, none of Mike's clients listen to this podcast.
Hey, listen,
He was
housing
sitting
court
right
is
next to
a
them while they
lot
were
of
doing it.
waiting. It's a lot of waiting for your adversary. It's a lot of time. to kill.
You're sitting there while the judge is deliberating, and you're just trying to catch Suicune, and the guy sitting next to you about to lose his house is
Listen, Suicune's important.
not as important as Vaporeon, but
All right. Well, I'm gonna nominate the only game anyone should be playing, and that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 online. Obviously, real gamers only.
I think you mean Warzone 2 because Warzone 2's multiplayer is way better and way more sweaty.
All right.
Reasoning.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, it's fair. I think it's fair. So this one, I will say just out of the bat, to defend myself. I told you were going to have to try to find these for yourself, but I will just admit this one was a serious one for me. This one is the game that did actually demand the most of my time. It was the game that I could not put down or think about anything else, no matter how poorly it performed, no matter how frustrating it got. I just could not stop playing. And it's probably my favorite game I played this year without all the problems. Is okay, you ready for this? Say this title. Let's see if I can get it right. It's Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. How many different bits of that title exist? I probably left at least 2 out. Say with how long it takes to say the title, it should win, in my opinion. For how much of it takes out of your life. But that is the game. While I may not again have sunk the most hours into, I did nothing else while I played it. I truly no-lifed that game. And it was a blast, even when it was a slideshow. I still the one half of the final boss encounter was literally a slideshow. I was convinced it was going to crash and I was going to have to play it again. But that one, I had to nominate this game for something just because I enjoyed it so much. But okay, voting time.
I vote for Overwatch 2 because that game really does demand you give it your life if you want to be up on the meta, and I hate that shit. It's why I don't play Destiny anymore, and it sucks.
I am also Overwatch. Yep, I'm voting Overwatch.
I'm gonna give it the clean sweep this time and not be a contrarian.
Overwatch clinches it. They clutched it, as the gamers say. We love to see it.
Blizzard developers right now are just popping champagne in the office, pouring it on their female co-worker's shirt.
So,
what's this, Bobby Kotick with the sexual harassment suite?
So at the bottom of the ninth, he comes in with just another harassment claim. All right, so congratulations, Overwatch Blizzard, you earned it. That's it for No Lifer. We will see what games in the future consume all parts of ourselves. We love it when it happens. Now is our next category, and is our first. I think we actually only have. Oh no, we've got I think 3. We've got 3 categories that are essentially doubles, but they kind of have to go together. So it's our next one is our in podcast lore reference. What is the most lean in and most lean back games of the year? So we need 2 nominations from each of you, and we'll do lean in and lean back.
You need to dictate which one is which.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No saying them and then hemming and hawing over which one.
All right, who's got something first?
I got one. Pokemon Arceus, lean back. Pokemon Scarlet, lean in.
Wow. Okay, explain.
One of those is actual Pokemon Dark Souls. That's the lean back?
No, that's the lean back because it's so easy. It's so easy to beat the bosses in that. Then you're just going around and you're throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon and you're catching them and you're having fun running around on the different Pokemon. Pokemon Scarlet, the end game mechanic is not just catching the Pokemon, having fun, hunting for shinies. It's the Terra Raid battles.
It's making sandwiches.
Well, yes, part of it is making sandwiches, but part of it is the Terra Raid battles, and the Terra Raid battles are so frustrating because of Nintendo's fucking peer-to-peer and Pokemon's fucking just shitty game free.
So it's just Mike is just hunched over his Switch, just is it gonna crash? Is it gonna crap out on me? Has nothing to do with strategy or gameplay.
I assume when you're holding your Switch handheld, it is full torque, you're about to snap that thing in two.
I have had to put it down and just press the buttons so that I don't just snap it in half.
Just out of anger, just double smash it on the table. Yeah.
That would have been. I should have got you a Christmas gift that was a breakable Switch. That's just a piece of plywood that you can slot Joy-Cons into.
So you can get the sensation of breaking your Switch without breaking your Switch.
Etsy idea. Give it to the rage gamer in your life for Christmas. You have a kid who breaks controllers a lot. Give him a dummy controller. It costs $20 less than a real controller.
It's rubber, and you throw it, and it bounces back. And that just knocks him out.
Knocks him out.
Everyone's problem solved.
And as long as you put in disclaimer that it's not meant to be thrown and hit you in the head, you're legally safe.
Yeah, you're free. You're good. You're free and clear.
Nope, but that's
This is in fact legal advice coming from our
this is
our
not
attorney.
legal advice because I'm not an attorney yet. So
I mean,
haven't
I'm
even
a Redditor,
applied.
so that basically makes me a lawyer. So I can speak on all topics.
you're a god.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Who's next?
I got you. My lean back game, Live Alive.
Interesting.
It was a very simple, straightforward JRPG. No real like hardcore moments or like difficult gameplay. My lean in game, and I erased it at one point. I had written Elden Ring in here, but I decided that's not fair because those games don't make me lean in anymore. I lean back while I play those games because I'm a sicko.
That he likes the pain.
Yeah.
So I swapped it for Strangers of Paradise because
Okay.
I wanted to put Strangers of Paradise on the list somewhere, and I thought that was a good like action game, fun to lean in on.
And I mean, it looked from. I remember watching some streams. There were some challenging bits, like when you had to fight that same. And I know since I've faced it before, now that I've played a Final Fantasy game, but of course I'm blanking on it. The weird little toad guy in the robe with the with the dagger.
Yeah.
It's a classic Final Fantasy character.
Yeah, no, I'm
creature
blanking
type
on it.
that like it's like in the back of my tongue, and I can't quite remember what it is.
I got you. But yes,
You know, there's some challenging
Tonberry.
combat. Tonberry, that's right. You know, there's some challenging combat there. You know,
well, yeah, part of that challenge was me being a brutally stubborn asshole and refusing to adapt to the combat mechanics of the game. And the second I embraced the soul parry mechanic for enemies like that, everything became so much easier.
no, but that just means you're a real gamer. You make the game bend to you, not bend to the game.
Yeah, sometimes that means the disc bends. Ayo.
Just don't bend the console.
All right, Andrew.
All right. I got for my lean back game of the year, I'm giving Card Shark the nomination. I really enjoyed that.
Nice.
Good little memory game, fun story. Big fan.
Did you finish it did you do it on the plane?
I did. It
So
was
that's
great.
that's kind of like the perfect setting for it. Because
Yeah.
again, it's like you do kind of have to play it through, or else you kind of forget what you're doing.
Yeah, you'll just be
No,
looking
when you're
it
on
up
an
online.
airplane, you have to be that obnoxious person, just like the commercials, and then offer people around you a Joy-Con to play in the Smash so you can destroy them or play them in Mario Kart. The one time I've ridden on a plane with my Switch, I played Mario Kart with the person sitting next to me.
Hell yeah. I've definitely done that as well.
Video games bringing people together, folks. That's why we do what we do.
It's community.
That's the magic sauce right there.
It
My
was
lean
before
in
COVID,
game.
so people now would probably be like, "Oh my god, he's talking
Yeah, just get away from me.
Air Marshal."
Start
Air
hissing.
Marshal. All right, lean in game. I really wanted to get this game into a slot, and I think this fits well, and that's Angerfoot. Really
Only
like
a
that
demo,
one.
only a demo, but still,
I'll allow it.
yeah,
Enough anger and foot to count.
fair enough.
I'm not an active user of WikiFeet. Don't check.
I told you, so it was like that. I started playing the Angerfoot demo when I was like in the height of recovering from Lyme disease, and I had to put it down because I explained it this way: like, never have I experienced a game that is more like doing a rail of coke
Yeah.
in my entire life.
No, it's wild.
Just doing like a fat line of cocaine and just not advertising that you got there and go do cocaine, nor have I ever done cocaine. Wink, cough, cough, wink, wink. But
Yeah, we all know you're more of a fentanyl guy.
yeah, give me that sweet, sweet fent.
Fent.
But yeah, like,
Rainbow fent.
I had to stop. Because it was giving me palpitations.
Yeah, no, that game really gets the blood pressure going. Even though yes, it is a demo, but I just couldn't help but
I'll
give
allow it.
that one. It makes the blood pump.
All right, so here are mine, and I'll follow. We've been doing lean back, then lean in. My lean back game that I continue to play, and I continue to play it while I am co-streaming with my partner from D&D in our weekly streams. Folks, go ahead and check out Blind Neela on Twitch. I play Power Wash Simulator.
Oh hell yeah!
So much fun, and it is, in my opinion, the epitome of a lean back game. Because exactly that, I can play. It's also great. That is technically an FPS. That is a first person shooter. But like, I don't actually have to do war crimes, to play it.
Well, a bad power wash job does fall somewhere on the Geneva Convention. It's like the Geneva Convention for dads. It's like thou shalt not power wash one's deck and not completely do it.
But see, like in this thing though, it doesn't let you finish the job until you're all the way clear. 5 stars, all money earned.
Nice.
You got to do it top to bottom. But yeah, it's just like it's so it's truly. I'm leaning back in my chair. I'm doing the physical action that the award describes. I'm leaning back. I'm chatting about random stuff, having a great old time, just power washing penises into the side of children's playgrounds. Like having just a great time. It's a blast. Highly recommend it. And then someone mentioned this game is another top one on my list. That's almost made it into our next category, but didn't because I actually stuck with it, but it did make me mad at times. But my lean-in game of the year is Tunic.
Okay.
It is. I wanted to put it in here because it kind of seems like it shouldn't be. It's got this very like kind of relaxing aesthetic, and the music is in the score is like very soothing, and
well, it's designed to evoke more Zelda vibes, but it's really more of the traditional isometric indie Souls-like.
Right. It's like it is truly,
which
like,
again is the Buzz Lightyear meme of, oh, look how unique it is, and then
yeah, they're all the same. But like this one, it's like it absolutely you cannot say it is anything other than a Souls like, because you've got literal bonfires, you've got your potion flasks that you upgrade, you've got your your dodge frame iframe rolls, like it is like all the enemies reset when you save at a bonfire. In some of those boss fights though, man, like there's in the underground, when you fight like the basically like the Rat King boss, man, that one I almost stopped playing, but I eventually was able to beat it. But like you are right in, but also with some of the puzzles too, right? It's not just the action that makes you lean in. It's like you're leaning in closer to the screen to get as much as you can visually from the isometric view that that changes in very playful ways.
Game puzzles need to be simple. They need to be put square peg in square hole, match color red to color red.
I'm not gonna lie. I looked up and I don't feel ashamed about this. I looked at the at like a game guide to get like the final big puzzle that allowed me to get the true ending. Because the whole it's been talked about enough. The whole gimmick of Tunic is really about collecting the in-game pages of the what would have been like the instruction manual, the game manual. Yeah. And so it's like, in order to get the true ending, does anybody care if I spoil this? Matt, I know you
No.
want to play it, so Matt, maybe
No, I already know.
It's like, yeah, you have to, rather than defeating the final boss, because you have to get the true ending, you fight them, you lose, I think you become a spirit form, you have to like go and do some other things, and then it's all about, you have to collect the entire manual, and you come back, and rather than fighting them, it's like you share what you have learned with them. And rather than, so it's basically you stop the cycle of violence, because it's like, if you beat this other ghostly fox lady, you take her place and the cycle continues. So the true ending is breaking the cycle of violence, and you true. you share all the things that you've learned, so that is showing her the manual. And so you obviously have to have all the pages, and like there's this really complicated, really long, in-depth puzzle to, I mean, the actual mechanics of it are just inputting things correctly on the D-pad, but it's like you have to basically have taken the manual and dissected all the different clues throughout the whole thing to get the right pattern. And it's like a 25 character, 25, upright, left, down, all those things mixed together. It's like it's really long, and you really have to kind of parse it out. So I used a game guide for that one to get that final page that was locked behind this big gold door. But like
Valid.
Interesting that it's a pretty common theme where like true ending is like not hidden, is not violent. So like Sifu's true ending involved you have to spare all of the bosses instead of kill them, which requires essentially beating them twice. You have to beat them down, and then instead of taking the final kill opportunity, you have to wait and let the timer run out and then do it again. Basically prove that you don't want to kill them.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because it's the whole thing of like vengeance only begets vengeance, and like doesn't like true peace is from forgiveness, martial arts.
An enlightened way to live. I really enjoyed Tunic. It was really fun. It was maddening at times, obtuse almost all the time.
I finally bought it on Steam in the Steam sale.
Yeah.
And intend to play it on Steam Deck. It's the perfect Steam Deck game.
Totally worth it. I will be interested to see how that turns out to be true if you like it on the Steam Deck with the isometric view, because the whole thing about it is that it sometimes is
if it's too far, then I just put it on my TV and play from my real computer.
Yeah, there you go. But it's like sometimes it's playing with the perspective is like what can kind of be sometimes the most difficult. So I'd be interested to see how that translates to the Steam Deck. All right, but that's enough pontificating about how good Tunic was. Let us vote. We'll do it one by one. What is our lean back game of the year?
I like Power Washer.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Power Washer.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, Card Shark is good, but to me, it also made me angry at times. That like,
yeah, no,
like
Power Washer just it nails it. That is the lean back game.
Another Square Enix masterpiece. Just saying,
absolutely. They
know what really captures the attention of the West. It's not big boobies. It's not gigantic weapons and big front flips. It's sitting on a deck and doing some power washing.
All right, so Power Wash Simulator wins for lean back game. I think well deserved. Lean in game.
Pokemon Scarlet.
Of course, we know you're going there, but I think that's a no for me.
I disagree.
Ben, you convinced me. I'm gonna go Tunic. I'm gonna give you my vote.
Thank you. I'm bowing.
I'll agree. I'll give Tunic the win here.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Again, Strangers of Paradise, just happy to be nominated. Jack has killed Chaos.
I was potentially going to vote Strangers. So like I would do Angerfoot if it was the full release. I think the demo deserves the nominee for it, but if it was a full release, I think that may have been more interesting. But say Tunic has got to do it for me.
Rage quitter time.
Rage quitter, folks. I just kind of mentioned it basically, but it is what game made you the angriest? Did you in as the name implies, did you put down? Like it basically goes without saying that it's known for me. It's Saints Row. Never have I been more angry at a game this year than I was at Saints Row. You can go and see that stream. You can go and see that VOD on YouTube. I'm just absolutely baffled by the geometry, the hit boxes, the driving fucking sucks.
The cute little throwing animation when you were putting those explosives on those satellite dishes.
Oh my god! Just like never had I and I did. I stopped playing after that one 3 hour bit. So it's Saints Row for me.
Mine's Steel Rising. Similarly, I played it on stream once. I downloaded got the first hour, 2 hours free. I think I played 45 minutes, and then
it was the PS Plus demo.
Yeah, that was it. Didn't buy it. That was enough. I hated the hitboxes. It was very frustrating. It seemed inconsistent with every time I tried to get through. the like literal first 10 enemies. I couldn't. No, thank you. That's it. I'm getting mad about it. Just thinking about it.
I will say there is content to be made out of rage playing games.
Absolutely. There are plenty of content creators out there, but we're more wholesome than that.
Sure.
This category is hard for me because like I want to say Pokemon Scarlet, but I've refused to put it down.
You don't actually have to have put it down.
Oh,
It's
okay.
but it's like what
Okay.
game has made you the angriest?
Pokemon Scarlet.
Yep.
Across the board.
I can't say I'm surprised at that one. And I think that one is absolutely highly deserving of this one. Of all the ones that you've nominated it for, I think this one is one of the most deserving.
I only nominated it for one other. Right?
No,
Maybe
you
two?
have it for lean in, lean back, and oh wait, no,
Yeah.
I have put it down here. No, you are correct.
Yeah, this is its second nomination. So I nominated the Garbage Pail Kids.
That's right.
Which I stand by.
All right,
And
Matt.
Mike needs to find that stale gum.
So this year's an interesting one because I didn't rage quit any games this year. I looked back through it. Immortals Phoenix Rising was last year and didn't release, it was a 2020 game in general. So I have to go with a little bit of round logic here, but Overwatch 2, because I rage quit Overwatch 1 and then never came back. And its existence makes me mad. And what they've done to a franchise that was at one point something important to me makes me mad. So that's why I'm putting Overwatch 2 here.
I think that is fair. I think that is definitely fair. So yeah, like I think I'll give my vote, but I do think at least for me, I can't vote Steel Rising over Saints Row because say for you just did the demo and got mad with that. I paid $70.
Yeah. I'm more willing. I'm willing to give you my vote. There.
I paid $70 for that.
I'm voting Saints Row.
Yeah.
I will say that the Steel Rising was more rage quitty to watch happen.
Yeah.
Because at one point he was playing the game and then I looked down like 5 minutes later
he wasn't
playing a different game.
he was playing
like Beef
he was playing Gardens of the Galaxy. Gardeners of the Galaxy.
Yes.
No, it was the same thing. I was like, I couldn't like fully watch the stream. I had it just up on my phone. And I was like, what happened? Did he have a crash or something? Like, see, was it a technical thing? But nope, he just got mad.
Yeah.
But I will say it was that experience of yours is what like inspired the category for me. That was the one I was always thinking of when I knew you were gonna nominate that one, but I don't know. I'm torn. So we've got 2 votes for Saints Row. Mike, I'll let you go.
I'm gonna go Saints Row as well. Because like at least still continue to get happiness and dopamine hits from my nomination. But
I think we need to distinction here between happiness and dopamine hits.
Yeah.
Dopamine hits is just tricking your brain sometimes.
That's fair.
It's like, do I get? Yeah, let's give Saints Row the clean sweep. I was really leaning towards Pokemon just because of how broken and unoptimized and all the the shitty features, the regressions that it made off of Arceus. That's a huge contender. I think that's a really, really close second for me. But Saints Row is just too personal because I spent $70 and played it for 3 hours and
that's the big thing for me.
Have put it away.
Yeah.
You've gotten your money out of it and then some.
Yeah, exactly. More than my money's worth out of it.
Okay, this is our next category that could get us to the most in trouble. It is another one of our double categories. It is our horniest game of the year / waifu of the year. I'm gonna go first just because, Mike, I want to shout you out. I am giving Pokemon my horniest game of the year. The 2 professors are absolute horniness incarnate. The
straight sex.
Yeah, the cat lady starter Pokemon, furry representation. What else was it? I mean, anything with Vaporeon in it,
Yeah.
it's got
And there's a lot of wild Vaporeons running around.
yeah. So they know what they're
Let me
doing
tell
there.
you. Yeah.
I was gonna potentially do the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle R, but that's just a remake. That's just a not a remake. It's just a fuck. My brain is turned to pudding.
Remaster.
Yeah, it's just a remaster from an old game. So I didn't do that one, even though anything JoJo related is automatically extremely horny. But so that is my horniest game of the year is Pokemon. It's Scarlet or Violet, take your pick. I put them as the package deal for that one. My waifu of the year, though, is got to be Rabbit Peach.
All right.
Cancel me, don't cancel me. I don't care.
All right. I think mine are pretty self-explanatory. Horniest game, Kirby. Sucks a whole lot up.
You say Kirby, what that mouth do? That's basically
Yeah.
what the game title should be.
For real.
He would be so sad. Sakurai would be so sad to hear this. Kirby is just a friend. What are you doing to Kirby?
And my waifu's Bayonetta because she just does it for me.
Because getting stepped on with gun heels is okay.
Yeah. Dark, long hair, covers her body up. She uses it to whip you. I'm good with that.
All right, fair enough. Very, very fair. All right, what else we got?
I also have to go Kirby for horniest game. You know what that mouth do? We got the Guac Guac 3000 going on, sucking up cars and cones. That cone, man.
Yeah, I will say that's probably
cone.
the cone is probably actually more the one that's most fun to use.
Zero
And
gag.
it's the most horniest.
All right, so we got 2 nominees for Kirby.
Yeah, and then waifu of the year. This one is kind of tough, so I'm just gonna throw it to Rabbit Peach.
Nice.
Was my nomination as well. I think
Howard.
she deserves it.
You know it was supposed to be whatever Sprigatito grows into.
Yeah, so say like
I don't
that.
even Florigato.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, Flower Cat. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Horniest game of the year. Easy one for me. Neon White. By a mile.
Yeah, I knew that. We knew this. We knew this one.
They somehow managed to they're like cool, like first person, like action platformer, like quick, snappy, fun gameplay. And then somehow managed to sandwich in an entire weeb dream visual novel of just tropes and beach episodes and yeah.
Just horniness on the beach.
Neon purple, what that bunny do.
Yeah, we know it's all about the big bunny titties. That's what everybody was there for.
And then waifu of the year, and I went with a more bespoke waifu for this. We have Senna, the girl with the gall, and let me tell you, she has captured the hearts of millions. She is one of the greatest characters in that game. She has more character development than Neo.
I think we lost your mic.
No.
It was a little spotty. But yeah,
it
the
was.
girl with the gall, definitely a contender there.
She's all right.
Time to vote.
Time to vote. Yes, I am going to vote for. I gotta do Pokemon as horniest game still. Sickos. I'm not gonna give it to Kirby. I'm not gonna satisfy you guys. But I think Bayonetta I think is probably the best for waifu of the year.
I will agree with you because Pokemon is disgusting. And
foul.
Just
foul.
Give that horniest game. And Bayonetta's my girl, so she's my waifu.
I'm gonna be a sheeple and do the same. And I just want to point out that there's also a gay duck that dances.
Oh, right. That's the other starter, right? Yeah, he's got the pompadour.
Yeah, and he's just gay as hell.
Hell yeah.
And there's so many chuds that
you say that like that's a bad thing.
No, Pokemon's gay as fuck. But they were just explicit with it this time.
So who was your waifu? Did I miss that?
I'll go Bayonetta as well because boobies.
Okay, looks like we've got our winners.
It
but
doesn't matter what I vote. I'm still sticking with Neon White and Senna. They deserve it more.
Fair enough, but it looks like Pokemon is the horniest game of the year. Furries rise up, and Bayonetta. Yeah, that's an easy win.
You know, it's not an easy win. Our next one right here. Let me
Yeah.
tell you about Smoothest Love Potion.
Yeah, there were almost too many to count. I had a few here that I ended up cutting out.
I've got this very easy for you. Plain and simple. Give it to me first. All of them. Done.
All of them. Fuck.
So this was steep competition, but my vote goes to, and my nomination goes to the digital Final Fantasy VII NFT statue.
All right, I got a real good one for you. All right, ready? Crypto Zoo, Jake Paul's NFT gaming that just never really happened.
Just
People
petered out.
Petered out. People bought eggs that were supposed to hatch until like
That was going to be their minting. That was going to be their minting
exactly.
thing. Yeah,
And so many people bought eggs and then were just unable to hatch them.
amazing. And my man's in Puerto Rico, so he's living large. No repercussions from that whatsoever.
Nope, none at all. Didn't pay his developers. It was a fantastic scam.
All right, what's next?
I was gonna say Ubisoft Courts just because of how embarrassing that went.
But that was my first one.
But I really do love Matt's nomination to just say they all win because these all are fucking scams.
Yeah, so why leave any single one of them out when we can be so inclusive?
Yeah, that's our mission here. So we don't even need to vote. We'll just say, yeah, they're all bad. They're all scams.
None of you deserve to pretend to elevate yourself above the others. You're all trash.
Yeah, it's basically it's just like the one exception to this is the people living in the overdeveloped third world, who have to resort to trying to get in on
Get a scholarship.
Yeah, to get in on it, it's like one of their only ways to potentially have some type of upward mobility. Besides them, anybody else who buys into this deserves to have their money taken. I will say with that one exception, but all right. So a big group win there. I do still think mine was weird. Is special though, because it's like here you can get the actual statue, but then pay $50 more to get the digital NFT version as well. I'd be like, no thanks. I have the real one that I can look at and actually touch
and take pictures of and look at the pictures of on my phone.
Yeah, no thanks. All right, we're winding down. We're getting towards the end of our categories here. Our next one, which I think this is gonna be a clean sweep. Unless there's some surprises, but we've got Kids Casino, our worst monetization game. Do I even need?
It's Diablo, right?
Do I even need to wait for it's Diablo? It's Diablo Immortal.
I had Diablo Immortal written, and then I had Overwatch 2 written in case I needed it.
Those would be my two picks.
No, it's
well.
Diablo. It's Diablo. No, Blizzard 2-time winners. Here we go. Congratulations to you.
Hobby Kotick just picked up another sexual assault charge.
Okay. You say we're going a bit long here, but this I think is a good episode to go long on. But we're
last one of the year. Give the listeners their money's worth.
Absolutely. Okay, this one. I'm going to be interested to see what happens. This is our genre darling. What is our prediction for the new It genre? What's going to be the new cozy farming game? What's going to be the new survival MMO game? What's survival crafting?
I said mining survival simulator. They're just gonna put us in the virtual mines
in the Minecraft mines
entirely.
Power Wash.
I have cozy animal platformer.
Cozy
I
animal
think Stray
platformer.
Success is going to create a bunch of clones.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I stand behind my Power Washer. Just cozy.
That's a good real one.
Deck washing.
It's gonna be like more
Dad
about
simulators.
dad
Yeah,
sims.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dad
that's what we're gonna-
simulators.
That's I'm putting it under dad sims. Okay, mine is it's like, I think good intentioned, but it's just going to be absolutely interminable based on the the positive trends of the industry. I think we're gonna get cozy union organizing sims.
Oh no.
And I think they're going to be terrible.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that
big
gets my
corporate's
that
gonna
gets my
step in
vote.
and tell
That
them
gets
they
my
have to make
vote.
it look as difficult as possible.
Yeah. No, but I think it's going to be indie games. You're going to try to do cozy union organizing, and you say if we know anything, union organizing is not cozy, nor should it be, and it's just going to be so bad.
Yes. Yes.
But coming
That's my
from a
vote.
good
I
place,
vote for that.
say coming from a good place,
What if it was just an instruction on how to set up a union? No like difficulty involved.
that would be based. That would be
Yeah.
uncritically based. But yeah,
Campaign Comrades first game.
hell yeah. Say very low production cost.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just a PDF.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one's got my vote.
Agreed. I vote for that. I think that's great. That's the best.
I'm gonna go for dad sims because I stand by that.
That has
That's
some
going back.
that has some reality to it though.
Yeah.
I've been playing.
I'm gonna
a game called
filibuster
The
and go Dad
Hunter
Sims.
Call of the Wild.
Okay.
So we've got a 2-for-2 tie. We didn't really think about what we
We
do.
didn't discuss tiebreakers.
For a tiebreaker.
Well,
They do a
here's
fusion dance.
I'm gonna
union
give
Dad
my
Sims.
case. I'm gonna give my case for dad sims. I've also been playing The Hunter Call of the Wild, where I just walk around in the woods and look for animals and track them, and then occasionally shoot at them. But there's like
And miss,
it's like
and-
real
and
life.
It's like and
And
miss.
miss.
Yeah.
And miss, and then go home and tell a story about how it was the biggest one you'd ever seen.
Yeah, and it's great, and it's like
pointer.
real life because you only see like 2 animals for like the 3 hours that you're walking in the woods.
Both are squirrels fucking.
All right. I'll change my vote. I'll go with dad sims because I actually think that is more likely to happen, but I do love Ben.
That's the only reason I'm picking it, is it's the one that seems more realistic to be like an actual.
And I think it has some staying power. Like
I'm
you
hol-
could put the groceries away.
I'm holding my ground because again,
No.
the worst and funniest option is usually
have
the
to
most
walk-
likely.
Grocery walk-in simulator where you have to fit as many bags in your hand as possible.
Ugh.
Interesting. Too many choices. Too
And
many
you
choices.
you have to manage a blood flow simulator to your fingertips.
If you're doing more than one trip, you lose. All right. So this is our last normal category. Then we've got our 2 big ticket top of the bill items. But our last one is our final. Actually, no, it's not our final double one. We've got too toxic or not toxic enough. The worst and best gaming communities.
I'll kick it
Okay.
off.
Go for it.
Elden Ring, twice.
Twice. I'm with you. I was gonna give Elden Ring the best community. I felt like that. Obviously, you have your
Best and most wholesome, but also worst in the fact that if you ever go on to like the Elden Ring forum and are like, "Hey guys, I'm having a little trouble with Margit the Fell. Is there any advice?" It's just going to be filled with like, "Get good, scrub. You don't belong in this game."
yeah. But there's
If
a
you
lot
can't
of
beat
good.
it bare-fisted with no armor, then you don't deserve to win.
Naked in club or nothing else, or else you're not a real gamer. But that's the thing. It's like the I'll say for my best community for not toxic enough is I was just gonna put FromSoft, but like Elden Ring I
Yeah.
think is fair. But like because like when you're actually in game and stuff, it's all positive. It's all good
Cry
stuff.
finger, butthole,
Yeah, all people in the
the
game,
whole dog.
the actual people playing the game are good. Yeah, the community, the online community, who majority of them are just trolls who probably don't actually play the games. Yeah, that shit's toxic. But like, I'll save my too toxic for the end. So we've got 3 votes for FromSoft for best community.
But
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
that
go-
automatically just wins them the.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna throw in their Pokemon for best community.
Oh well, that's interesting because that's my worst community. bunch of
Well,
sickos.
is it the
Well,
pain
and
aspect
they're-
of them?
The reasonings are probably the same. They come together to create art around They're
You should see, as in listeners at home, just see Matt's face. It's just no,
That is not
no.
art, sir.
they
Right.
bring people together from all corners of the the
We
world.
really shouldn't be bringing people from some of those dark corners in. It's like when you go to the family holiday and you look over and like cousin Jerry is still there in his fursuit. Like,
Hey, we don't kink shame.
We don't
cousin
hate on
Jerry.
furs.
We don't.
oh,
kink shame
that's not
cousin
a kink
Jerry.
for Jerry. That's how he identifies.
Yeah. All right. So we've got. I think we've got everybody's positive, and most everybody's, worst. But Mike, what's your worst community? What's your too toxic community?
Call of Duty, just because it's an easy one.
It is an
'Cause
easy
I
one.
can't say Pokemon. 'Cause
Uh,
I can't do it dirty like that.
All right. So FromSoft is my not toxic enough, very good community. My too toxic, it's like not really it's not a game specific community, but it's just Xbox fans as a whole. Just like, because it's the toxic positivity that gets it for me. Like the fact that like
Yes, yes.
the unprecedented levels of seethe and cope that like that they just can't come to terms with, like that they've got nothing to actually hold on to, and
You
it's
guys
like,
didn't have any-
Starfield's gonna be good, and it's just like, no,
You guys didn't have any games released this year. We had As Dusk Falls. It won a Game of the Year award.
Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I get the response to again the Xbox in the chat will be like, let people enjoy things, let them get excited
Nah.
about Starfield. And I'm just like, sure, okay, I enjoy critical analysis and being a hater, so I'm gonna enjoy
let
that.
me enjoy me.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that. So thank you very much. But yeah, it's for me. Too toxic is Xbox, and not
The
toxic enough
Xbots
is-
have my vote.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Yeah.
that one.
And yeah, so it's Xbox and FromSoft are.
And just so you're aware, listeners out there, if you enjoy Xbox and you're like, wait a second, they're calling me out right now. No, we're not calling you out. There's a very particular brand of Xbox
yes,
being
yes,
called out.
yes.
We're not like, oh no, if you enjoy Xbox, you suck. It's the Phil Spencer's feet are gifts from God. Everything he touches is incredible. He's my game dad. He makes everything better. He told me he was proud of me once.
Because again, we do it on this podcast all the time. People say, want to say like, oh, you guys are just Sony ponies or whatever. But no, we're equally critical of Sony, right? And there are plenty of those people do it, but just like the Xbox fans are more visible. They're louder. They are more obnoxious.
Yeah, because time for more shots fired. But Sony fans are playing games.
Ouch.
Owned.
Ouch.
Again, come find me and you can argue.
Incredible stuff. Okay, now we are finally at our two real top tier categories here. These are our basically our versions of game of the year and like studio or director of the year or whatever. But we've got our first one, Bowser's Kingdom, the most evil studio. Studio, publisher, either one doesn't matter to me. Most evil gaming company. I think it's a tight race. I do think it's a tight race it's always a tight race. They're always the clear contenders, but I think we will agree.
In my mind, I was picturing this like a basketball game. And EA was running down the court for the fast break layup. And all of a sudden, Blizzard came in and blocked by Blizzard. So my vote goes to Blizzard because nothing can be more evil than the nexus of evil itself. And vis-a-vis, that's also Microsoft for trying to buy them.
Yeah. They too have my vote between their monetization and inability to not sexually harass anyone that works there.
Or find a union that they can't try to bust up. So yeah, it's Activision Blizzard for me. And this year was basically the Activision Blizzard podcast. That's what it became.
I have PTSD from it.
Yeah, which sucked. Like I have to admit, I grew to hate that aspect of it, and I hope that we can potentially change up some formatting stuff to hopefully not have to talk about them as much. I think we'll still be talking about them to some degree because we kind of have to, being say critical analysts in the space. It's kind of a necessity, but I'd like to do some more stuff, some different stuff. But Activision, be happy you've won something. Congratulations,
Congrats.
eat shit, bozo. Okay, now this is like basically the pinnacle of our study here. And this one, fans at home, can you tell which if I'm being serious or not? We have our least and most political games of the year.
My favorite category to pick for.
Who wants to go first with our coveted highlights of the year?
I'll go.
Hit it.
Hogwarts Legacy for most political.
That is a next year game, sir.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, yes, but like I kind of want to allow it, but
It hasn't like been demoed and shit. I thought it came out already.
no,
I've
it
been
keeps
Seeing
getting
like
pushed.
gameplay
It
and
got,
shit.
it got
It
pushed a bunch.
keeps getting pushed. But I'm
Okay, I can
potentially
rescind it
Every
if-
time they
if-
go to
if
release it,
needed.
JK does another turf thing on Twitter, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, we gotta wait this one out."
That's
I-
what I'm
I-
saying. Like,
I think
you
it's a
know,
fine
most political.
nomination.
And then least political. This one's tough. I'm gonna have to go Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
yeah, I just because you've hit one of them for me. Call of Duty is the least political game because come on, it's just fun shooty game.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with my friends, not doing casual war crimes, not saying not simulating the assassination of a foreign leader.
If anything,
happened
it's
only 3
educational.
years
Do you know how
ago.
many new
Yeah.
slurs I learn in a Call of Duty lobby? I'm hearing things
Get
from the
some
17th
old-timey
century
stuff.
that haven't
Yeah.
been said in 200 years.
I said there is nothing political about that game. There is nothing political about de-escalating, a border situation by pointing your guns at somebody.
Definitely
There's-
not.
I don't know what you would think and how your brain could come to the conclusion that that is political in any way.
I'm definitely on board with that being least political.
And I just want to clarify why mine is most political. It's because those damn house elves trying to rise up.
Trying to be
And
up,
get some
they're
rights.
being
Yeah.
uppity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to bite the hand.
A
that
notable
feeds them.
difference
It's just
between
leftist propaganda.
And uppies. Always remember.
Yeah.
All right. I'll throw out my most political, and it's most politically based, and that's Victoria 3, where communism is OP and wins the game for you because guess what, folks? That's the reality.
So yeah, it turns out
Leftist
it
propaganda.
turns out that the capitalist modes of production are inefficient. Who would have thought?
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
I was gonna vote Call of Duty for my least political, but I assumed that everyone else was going to put it in there for the joke. So I put my one serious vote in here: a Power Wash Simulator. And as far as most political game, I'm again gonna zig a little where the zag is going. I'm going Triangle Strategy because that is a game that is essentially all politics.
Yeah, absolutely. My most political game is Saints Row because they have a diverse range of voices. They're dealing with things like so they're doing a representation. They're doing
Go
a
woke, get broke.
Yeah, they're doing a wokeism. It is most.
And that's why the game sucked.
Yeah, that's why the game failed. Is because it was too woke. So that is my.
The saying says itself. It's go woke, go broke. Just saying.
And what's
that's why James Cameron's Avatar is going broke this weekend, making only on pace for like 500 million opening weekend globally.
Yeah,
or
something like that. Yep.
Post COVID.
I'm ready to. My body is ready to enlist in the James Cameron Sardaukar army.
Yes.
I said Matt and I we need to go see it at some point.
I mean, the entire week between Christmas and New Year's, I have off.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna get so wet. We're gonna
oh my god! Can you imagine if
dripping?
It was 4D?
Yeah, we're gonna get absolutely dripping.
That'll be Avatar 3.
I'm jealous.
Okay. So
vote
time to vote. Yeah, it's like do we be serious or silly? I don't know.
I mean, I only gave you one escape valve in least political.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Moving least political, my vote to Call of Duty. My
Yeah.
most political vote, I'm
Same.
going to give to
Same.
Triangle Strategy.
So a little bit of balance there, a little bit
Yes.
of balance.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
stand by Hogwarts Legacy and Call of Duty as my votes.
Okay, so I think Call of Duty handily wins least political game. I am. Ooh, what do I do? I'll do Triangle. I'll do Triangle Strategy. I'll give it to you because that
There
game
we
is
have.
again some absolutely realist. That's some on the ground
Realistic politics.
realism. Yeah, hyper realism there.
Like, do you support the religious state slavery, for their resources, or do you support tyrannical takeover by an industrial state? Like,
There are no easy choices. That's what's all.
Back in a hard place.
That's what's so great about it, and it's truly the realist perspective. There is no.
So I have to vote
Easy
Triangle
way.
Strategy because I can't vote anything for JK.
Sure.
Get fucked, bozo.
Yeah.
Have our
Yeah.
winners.
Doesn't matter what I vote for. I'm going to say power washing because everything's political because there's nothing political about putting penis on a playground.
Dad Sims for the win.
All right, but there you have it, folks. We've got some dissent amongst the comrades. We are not in unison here, but we have our least political game is Call of Duty, and most political game is Triangle Strategy. We love to see it. We love to see what will come out next year. But those were some good categories. A nice episode. So a good year in gaming, all in all, I'd say. And yeah, folks, if you want to support us, you can go follow us at Twitch at twitch.tv/campaign comrades. If you really want to support us, you can give us those prime subbies. We love you. If you can support us, but if not, we hate you and we want nothing to do with you.
Away, bye.
But no, just following, liking, subscribing, any of those means really help support the channel grow.
Bells, do all the
things. That's really all the plugs. Say, Mike, you want to get your end of year plug in? Is the shop back up?
The shop is up. You could find me at TCG Player, Cut the Mic Gaming. Check out the shop.
All right,
Buy some cards. Give me money.
Okay, and if anybody cared, official game of the year from Campaign Comrades, it's got to be Elden Ring. It was only Elden Ring. It never was anything else. That's it. Bye bye.